How you going? Michael from Growers Choice. Yeah, look, we received our package now. Our Blue Lab Dosetronic. I'm pretty excited. So as we open the box up, there we've got our fantastic Blue Lab controller. Yeah, I'll tell you what, they've come a long way. You know, I've been using Blue Lab for a long time. Before they were Blue Lab, they were called Hydroponics International, and that was their booklet back then. And if you open the pages, I don't know if it shows you, but look, there was a I don't know if you can zoom into that, but look, it used to be a metal box, and it used to be about so big, and it had the same features, but it was just bulky, and that's what it was like back in those days. But I've been using these systems from this mob before they were called Blue Lab, and now Blue Lab for a long time, and I haven't had any issues with them. They've been fantastic with me. You know, you ask people about Blue Lab, and look, you know, some people say there's other ways of automation, and look, there probably is. But when you want something consistent and consistently good, I've always gone to Blue Lab, always. And I tell you what, I've never ever been left out in the cold. I've never had any issues with them. You know, they've always worked correctly. I have never had a breakdown on one. So as long as you maintain your probes and you clean them correctly, the unit should outlast a long time. I mean, obviously, you know, over time you change the probes to new ones, but as long as you maintain them, they should last. So, all right, we've got the first bank is like your CF value, your nutrient value, and then you've got your temperature. You got your temperature value of your nutrient, and then the pH value. You know, they've got this grouse feel of, you know, push buttons. Very easy to set up. We've got our Blue Lab Pro Controller Connect guide. That's their instruction manual. And I'll tell you what, going through this, they've pretty much nailed everything on the head. It's got all the information you need on how to set up, and you know, even if there's any issues, you know, it shows you any errors and stuff like that, how you can fix that. Very good label of user's guide. So we've got that, and we've got some cords, extra cords there. We've got our blue stick. That's another great feature. Blue Lab now come without a connect stick, and you know, which I think is great. I mean, you can connect that to the internet now. So you can connect that to your laptop or PC, and you can download the app, the Blue Lab app on your phone. If you've got an iPhone, go to Apple, you know, and download the app, and you can monitor the whole grow. If you're going away for the weekend and you might want to just check up to see, make sure everything's working correctly, well, you can do that now with their new Connect stick, which I think is a great added feature. We never had that back in the day. Alright, else in the box? Well, we've got all our solutions of calibration, you know, all your pH calibration, pH 4, pH 7. So they've given you enough of solution to calibrate not only the pH but also the conductivity, and that's all there. Alright, we've got our pH probe, our Blue Lab pH probe, right, which is fantastic. That comes with 2 meters apparently, cable length, probe cable length, 2 meters. So it's a good length. You know, you can put these straight into your nutrient tank if you haven't got the collector, but I'll show you that shortly because we're going to be using the collector on that. This is your temperature probe, Blue Lab temperature probe. So that measures the temperature of your nutrient, which is very important. And we've got also here at the bottom what's in here. Okay, this must be your nutrient probe. Yeah, that's your nutrient probe. Very robust. I mean, they make such a good product, and you know, the cabling's really made well, which is fantastic. Blue Lab's won me all the way, because I mean, over the years I've used them, and I've never had an issue, which I think is fantastic because it's all about consistency. And another great feature I found, that they've got like these plugs now with your electric cord, and they they make all these special little banks which has got like an Aussie, Australian cord, an American one, and that just clicks in to the transformer, the power transformer, which is fantastic. You just pick the right country you're from and you click it in. I think that's a great feature, and that's just your power bank in there. So look, I mean, we've got everything here to set it all up, which is great. I'm excited. Now I'm just going to talk a little bit about our collector here. Now, I mean, you can run all those probes straight into your nutrient tank, but I opt for the collector, and what happens is you have a pump in the bottom of your nutrient tank, and that pumps up into here. There's a screw knob here, and your nutrient probe screws into this side pocket, and it sticks all the way in there, and as the water goes up past the nutrient probe, it collects information obviously and sends it back to the controller. Now the water comes up from your nutrient tank up into here, into the collector. Your pH probe is in here and it sits inside this collector. The water fills the collector, and then there's another section of here where all the water rushes back down to your nutrient tank. So the collector more or less gets all the information you need, and that runs 24/7. So you run the pump from your nutrient tank to the collector, information's gathered 24/7, and that all runs back to the controller, and as the controller obviously measures all those probes, the pH and the nutrient level, as that starts depleting, then that's when the information sends it to the peridoser, and the peridoser starts dosing nutrient, fresh nutrient, into the nutrient tank and brings it up to the CF level that you've set this unit at, and it's consistently, mate, every feed is consistently the level that you've set it at. So, you know, this is why we've opted for automation. I mean, you know, you can stick with the pH probes, and they're great. Those little handheld units, I mean, they're fantastic. They do the job. But like, to give you an example, I mean, you might wake up in the morning, you know, get your probes, your hand probes, you test your pH, you test your food level, and they're down because you haven't checked it till the day before. So before you go to work, you go and get some nutrient, you top it all up to the value that it should be at, check them, they're fine, you go to work all day. You come home and you check it again, and once again it's depleted halfway. So you make up some more nutrient, you fix it all up to the nutrient level you want it at. This unit here, this will keep the nutrient level, what you set it at, will keep it like that 24/7, 7 days a week, around the clock. That's how good these units are. I mean, you're feeding maximum feed every feed. You know, look, usually I run, once my flowers are at peak, you know, I'm running 15 on, 15 off, and every 15-minute feed, it's feeding at peak conductivity. You know, because obviously it's getting checked constantly in here, and then it's going back to the nutrient tank, and once it reaches that level, which is at that level all the time because it's checking it all the time, then it gets pushed out to the tubs and fed, and they're receiving that full strength feed every feed. So, you know, look, at the end of the day, I mean, it's each to their own, but I stick with what I know and what is good. You know, I've tried other systems, and I've found Blue Lab to be the most consistent with hassle-free and without having any issue. I've never ever had an issue with these people, with these units, and I'm sure if there is a problem, there's good warranty backup on these. But you know, I'm sticking with Blue Lab with this grow, and we're out to build the most automated grow room that's possibly. So we're going to continue that, and this is the start of it, and hopefully we'll get this all set up, and we'll do another video once it's set up, and I'll go through all the options and everything, how it's hooked up, and then you can see how it works. Anyway, Grower's Choice YouTube channel, subscribe to our YouTube, and make sure you click on the bell so as all the new videos come out that you'll receive an update. And don't forget Instagram, growers_choice 007, and you'll receive all our updates throughout the whole setup and the whole grow.